Amber from the Vault here. Welcome back to more Fallout 76. Thank you so much for being here. I can't tell you enough how much it means to have you guys here, just hanging out on the channel, all the great things. I mean, honestly, I never thought I'd be doing this anyway. I know I say this in a lot of my intros, and I gotta make my intros a little bit shorter, but I just want to say thank you again so much for being here. It really does mean a lot to me, and I can't even believe that anybody wants to watch me play games. It's crazy, and in a lot of ways, really just a dream come true. So thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and just jump right back into the game. No, I need to shut up. I'll see you back in just a second. Alright, here we go. We are back. We are outside. It says that we're supposed to investigate more, learn more, blah blah blah. I guess we do that out here somewhere. I think it's behind us, actually. I'm running out of action points. I forgot to drink water. I'm pretty dumb about that. I love how the Scorched has rat away. Don't think it's doing you much good there, Scorchy. Okay, give me 1 second. I have to go ahead and drink real quick. I totally forgot that I was running out of water. Let's put some boiled water. Still giving us rads, which sucks. But it is what it is. Okay. So where are we supposed to go? Let's go ahead and look here real quick. Okay. So I think I know what we're supposed to do. Think. It's a big thing, guys. Let's be honest. I am never very sure in this game 100% what we're doing. I am actually really, I've mentioned this a couple times, so it's not like I'm not saying anything you guys haven't already heard me say, but I am still a little disappointed at the lack of, not that I expect them to hold my hand or anything, but I'm a little disappointed at the lack of direction, and I've had other people tell me the same thing, so I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. It just feels like the game could have given us a little bit more information, like we could have learned a little bit more in the game. Or like how to play it. It could have had a little bit more of a system where it just kind of showed us what to do and blah blah blah. I don't know. There wasn't really a tutorial or anything, and I think that's what the whole leaving the vault thing was supposed to be. It was like a mini tutorial. And at the same time, I understand too that the game probably, if you wanted to, you could argue that yeah, but if you left, you wouldn't have that anyway. So what are you complaining about, kind of thing. Completely get that, and I think that that's a valid point. But my only response to that would just be, yeah, but this isn't real life. This is a game. There's just a little bit that I feel like I was still confused about on how to do the game, and I know I'm not the only one because I've had other people tell me like, yeah, I had no idea what I was doing either. It's like, yeah, I don't really understand what's going on through a good amount of this game. Like, what am I supposed to do? And I really think that they're counting on you knowing Fallout and kind of knowing how Fallout 4 worked and all that, but sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it's an interesting, I pressed the wrong button. It's an interesting game so far. I still like it. I just wish it held your hand a tiny bit more, especially for those of us who maybe aren't so familiar with certain things. Like, I was not familiar with how to play Fallout on the PC, so it definitely took me a little while to catch up, learning even just what buttons to press. That was a little difficult for me. Let's see, I think it's actually in the neighboring building, but, ooh, Forge treasure map. Okay, we'll look at that later. We did one of those already, and it worked out really slick, so I'm totally willing to do another treasure thing. Don't touch. We're sealed them, just don't touch them, you don't need them right away, Miguel, excuse me. Okay, well, I wasn't planning on touching him, Miguel. It does seem, though, like all the responders have just abandoned this area. Or they're all dead. I still am not entirely sure. Is that something we're going to learn here? I'd really like to kind of figure out what's going on with that. Steal some things out of these. But did it say clown outfits? I am almost positive I just read clown outfits. We'll research this area. I'm gonna have to look at that in just a sec here. I want to get through this area first. Okay, up here. There we go. That was not where I wanted to go. There's just one little crack. Okay, it's on that terminal in there. video. Go ahead and pause. Study Dr. Hudson's research. Okay. I think that's what we're doing right now, right? Pause if you want to read it all. There's a lot of information on here. I read it last time I cut this, so... That's the one thing I find interesting. I've actually heard people complain that other people put the stuff on the screen too long, or they sit there and read the terminals. And I thought that was an interesting complaint. I mean, especially if you're a streamer. Why would people complain about that? Like, I know I flash them up and get rid of them right away, but I go back and read them all later on. Like, it's not like I don't even read them. I just found that really interesting that people were complaining. It's like, oh, that seems like a silly thing to be upset over, I guess. Okay, so study Dr. Hudson's research. Okay, how are we supposed to do that? Ounce of prevention. Search for an inoculation against the scorched disease. Alright. So it still says study Dr. Hudson's research. Where is Dr. Hudson's research then? I swear I did not set this. Every once in a while, there ends up being markers on my map, and I'm not sure how they got there, because I swear I didn't put them there. Okay, a couple different things here. So we still need to go to Morgantown Airport. Study Dr. Hudson's research. I feel like we just read all of that, so didn't that count? Let's see, let's look here real quick. I don't see anything in here that looks like... I don't see anything here that looks like we need to do it, you know what I mean? So I don't know what to say about that. Well, okay, we need to head towards the other area anyway. The high school, so we can go ahead and do the high school bit here. Pick up the overseer's log. So is there anything here? No, it's just a ring. Great, okay. We need to pick up that overseer's log anyway. So I'm going to go ahead. What I'll do is I'll actually head over there. I have a little bit of, what is those on the screen? Oh, it's all of this, I'm assuming. Okay, okay. Sorry, I was just looking like, what am I seeing in my peripheral there? So we'll go ahead and head towards the school, because that's actually where we need to go next. We need to go to the high school, and then we'll work on some other stuff. What I'll do, though, is I'll head over there a little bit by myself. I need to do a little bit of inventory management. I think I'm almost over encumbered. So I'm probably going to run to my camp, do some other stuff. I'm actually not too far away. My camp isn't too far away. So I'm thinking I might just do that. And then I will be back. So I'll see you guys back in just a bit. Hey guys, just wanted to go ahead and show you some of the building I've been doing here in Fallout 76. Now I'm going to be honest with you, so you can see I'm right here. This is where my camp is set on the map. We are right on, it looks like Highway 89, just south of Highway 64. So if you're looking in your own game, kind of see where I built. So I built this little shack. I'm going to be completely just straightforward with you guys. Building in here is kind of, well, it's kind of a nightmare. I don't mean to be ridiculous or to act, you know, a little bit too... Oh man, I just don't want to make it seem like I'm just hating for the sake of hating. I'm really not. I swear I'm not. You know how I feel about Fallout, and this has been such a nice surprise Fallout 76 has. I cannot place any of these corners, though, inside of the building, so I can't finish off my building to make this look like a nice little cabin. My idea was to have like a bedroom and then have a restroom or something like that in here, just make a nice little cabin, but I can't put some different pieces in here. So original idea was to show you what I had built in here and kind of give you a rundown of, oh, this is what I built, looks really cool, you know. I can't do that because I can't put all the pieces together that I was hoping to make a house. Also, I can't place a lot of things. There are so many things here that we can't use that are just locked, that were totally open to us in Fallout 4. And I have to ask, I'm a little confused why it's not open to us. I understand that we have to have certain, you know, certain types of expectations where, okay, well, you're not going to just automatically come out of the vaults and know how to build, you know, XYZ. Okay, I get that. But at the same time, it feels like we would know how to build something, and all of the things that immediately were already in the game feel like they should be available to us. And I don't know, maybe I'm just being a little bit salty there because I expect it to be available, but I definitely did expect certain things to be available. I expected to be able to put doors in here. One complaint I have, and this might just be because I am on PC and I don't quite know how to use a PC as well as I wish I did. I do have a problem with not being able to line things up real nicely on the PC. Every time I right click to turn it, I feel like it just whips around so fast, and I haven't been able to figure out a different button yet to control it. I may be stupid though, so don't totally take my word on that. I may be just making a mistake. I've definitely done that in the past. So I'm just trying to build here in this little area. It's not like building in Fallout 4. I really enjoyed building in Fallout 4. It's something that I really love doing. I'm sure you guys know if you've ever watched the channel. You've definitely seen me build in Fallout 4, and you know how I feel about it. And this has been difficult to build in. That said, there are some bits in here that I wish I had in Fallout 4. There are actually shuttered windows in here. You can see them right here. We can actually go ahead and open these shutters, which is pretty cool. I built on a little ravine here, or a little river, just so I could get a nice little view. I thought that was kind of a nice view. I get the idea of not being able to build glass. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. It feels like we could just salvage glass from other places. There's definitely artisans who would know how to still make things. I mean, we figured out glass and all those things, you know, long before any of us were building video games and stuff like that. So it's just, I'm a little surprised, I guess. It's just, I feel like a lack of items and options in here. And I also just don't like the fact that a lot of it seems to be locked away. I think that seems really weird. I think it's supposed to motivate you to want to, like, research the environment and look for stuff, and I get where that might work for some people, but for me personally, you know, being someone who really enjoys building, I want to be able to build kind of right off the bat and immediately just go into it. You also can't scrap anything. Not that I can find, at least. Again, please remember that I'm making this video pretty early on in my Fallout 76 journey. I don't know, I might be completely wrong here, but I haven't been able to figure out how to scrap anything, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Also, you can't build on any existing buildings, and I was really hoping that we might be able to build on some kind of existing building. This is another one of those where please let me know if you happen to know that there is a way to do it. Maybe I just didn't know. I tried multiple different places, though, to see if I could find a place who would let me build, and I have not been able to find a place where I could actually build against an existing building. Now, that includes places that weren't marked on my map, but looked like they had some type of infrastructure. So I'm a little surprised that that's not a thing here in Fallout 76. Again, that may not be 100% true. I may have just made a mistake, so please let me know in the comments, and of course I will update or delete the video as new stuff comes out. That said, it's very obvious that Bethesda is still working on the game. I mean, there's a planned outage coming up. You might have already seen that. At the time that I'm recording this, as you guys know, I kind of record out of order. I don't necessarily always post these right after I record them, so that might be a little bit in the past as you're watching this, but there's a lot of things like that that are going on, and that might change how the game plays in the next, you know, couple of days or couple of weeks. But it's something that I've just kind of been noticing, that there's a lot of restriction in the building, and it's not that it's bad. I get it. I mean, I get why it's a challenge to make you go look for things. But at the same time, I don't know. I think it's kind of obnoxious. I just want to play the game. I mean, let's be honest, I just want to play the game, you know? I want to get into it. I want to be able to build. I wanted to do some fun stuff. You guys know, if you watch the channel, what kind of builder I am and how much I enjoy building and how much I enjoy building big things. And I'm trying really hard to go out of my comfort zone even in building in Fallout 4. And if I'm, perfectly honest, Fallout 4 for me is very important. I really, really enjoy playing it. It's a game that means a lot to me. It's a game that I spend a lot of time playing. And I just wish that I would have more options like I did in Fallout 4 for some of the stuff that I'm trying to build here. Not being able to scrap things has been a real pain in the ass. I have not been able to scrap some things that I honestly feel like I should be able to, like trees and stuff. At the same time, I get where the game may not actually be able to let you scrap things since it's a constantly changing world. My guess is that's what it is. Maybe that's how it works. Something like that. I'm not entirely sure if that's what's going on here, but it feels like that's a possibility. Again, there's certain things I can't do in here, though, that I feel like I should be able to do. So I did build just a little cabin here as just like my local own little area. It's got a little cook stove and a bed and that kind of stuff. And I did pick a bed that was off the ground because I know that that's really important. So that's what I did. I mean, I can't say that I'm really proud of the build because there isn't a lot to build. I guess I'm just a little, I'm a tiny bit disappointed, I guess, in the building, just because there's so little really available to us. It kind of makes it worthless to try and build. I just don't really see where it's helpful. But also at the same time, I'm not building with a large group. I didn't get a specific area to build. I just started building randomly on my own section. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe if I would build in a different area, I would have a better chance or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I just feel like I didn't get the experience I was hoping for in building here in Fallout 76. So it's just kind of my first impressions of building. We're going to go ahead and continue on with the actual game itself, but I wanted to show you a little bit of what I had done. So this is, Cabin de AmberFrmThVault. It's not the best in the world, but it's a little cabin. Just built a tiny little cabin. Again, just a little disappointed with my ability to make things here in Fallout 76. Now, I did notice that you can actually lock your doors, so I wanted to show you that. This is something that's new and something that I'm interested in kind of learning a little bit more about. You can press V. I keep forgetting to do it, though, when I'm in here. So you can press V. In fact, let me show you. You can press V, or hold down V. That's right. Sorry, hold V, and that'll also take you into your workshop. I just keep running back to my camp because that's what I did when I first started, and I got used to it somehow. That's usually how it goes. So you can actually lock with a set of keys, which I found pretty interesting. You can put in different locks and different things, which I found pretty interesting. So now I can actually lock my door. So if somebody comes up to my door, they actually have to have my key in order to get in, which I have the key, so that works great for me, but that's kind of interesting. So that can help prevent people from coming in and stealing your stuff if you store stuff in there, is what my guess is. So there we go. I mean, that's my first little build here in Fallout 76. Of course, as always, as as I increase in rank and all those different things, I'm going to try really hard to make sure that I'm showing you guys everything that you can possibly build in here. I do need to go through my specific inventory a little bit. You can see there I've got about 216 pounds of things. So I'm going to go ahead and go through that, but I did want to show you in the meantime kind of what I've been doing here in Fallout 76. So we'll go ahead and continue on with the game in just a second. Until then, I'll see you in just a bit. Kind of fun to play with. Hey everyone, here we are, of course, still in Fallout 76 here at my little settlement with my camp. Now you guys know about the little area I showed you before. I built a little cabin, but I did want to show you, went ahead and built something else. So I originally was going to place all of my building and editing and all this stuff, all of my little crafting benches, blah blah blah. I was going to put those inside the little cabin, and then the more I looked around, I thought, I would actually be more apt to break into the cabin if I knew that I needed to scrap items or whatever, and people are going to be able to break into it, let's be honest. But I thought that it might be nice if I came upon just a random place in the woods where somebody had set up a camp where I might be able to use all of their crafting stuff. I don't know, actually, at this point, if other people can see your camps. I'm assuming they can. I don't actually know, but I decided to go ahead and make all of the crafting stuff in my camp available for anybody who happens to be in my game. So I don't know, of course, anybody who's in my game. I don't know if any of these people have any interest in coming and, checking out my camp, if they even find it. But if they know where my camp is or they stumble upon it, I think it would be kind of cool for them to have the option to go ahead and use all of my crafting stuff. So I know that's probably a little random, but I just wanted to show you guys that that's what I did here in the game. That said, again, like I said, I don't actually know. If I'm being honest, I don't actually know if people can see your stuff. That's one thing that I feel like there's a lot of stuff in this game that is never explained to you, and a few other people have kind of said the same thing. They're like, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff I don't know what's going on, and sometimes I don't know, I'm confused about what I'm supposed to be doing. So I did want to go ahead and show you that I did that. And I'm also going to throw it out there that if you're playing Fallout 76 and other people can see your camps, which, again, just assuming they can. If they can't, ignore everything I just said. But assuming that they can see your camps, be nice if you are inclined to. I think it would actually be pretty cool if all of us could do stuff like that and just give each other the ability to use those kinds of things. So that said, if you're interested in putting them outside and helping out other people, I think that that would actually be a really cool way to kind of share the game together. So I apologize about breaking in here to tell you really random stuff. We're going to go ahead and actually get back to the actual game itself, but I wanted to go ahead and show you what I had done here in the game. It's just, a little something that I figured maybe some other people might be interested in joining me in doing. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going. I'm going to do some stuff. I'll see you guys back in just a second. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching me play Fallout 76. If you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Not only does it mean a lot to me, but it really does help motivate me to keep moving forward, and it lets me know what kind of content you all want to see. There's going to be more of Fallout 76 here on Fallout Friday on the channel. If you'd like to see more of my Fallout videos, though, go ahead and check out the playlist that should be popping up on your screen in just a second. That'll give you all of my Fallout 76 videos, as well as a video that YouTube thinks you'd like. There'll also be a picture of my big dumb head. Click that, and you can subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell, that'll let you know when I have new videos out. And last but not least, if you would like to get a hold of me, you can always do it here on YouTube itself in the comments, or you can do it over on Twitter at AmberFrmThVault, spelled the same way as here. No O in from, no E in the. Alright, I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you all in the next one.